Hello students, today we are going to do another numerical of the trust. It's quite different. So you will learn a lot from it. Here is the question written over here. Determine the force in each member of the trust and state if the members are in tension or compression. And hint is given in the question that horizontal force component A, it must be 0. Why? If it is not written over here, so I want to tell you the reason of this as well. You can see here in this truss that at joint A and D, both are having hinge supports. So if both are having hinge support, so what does it mean by that? At hinge support, there are two support reactions, AY, AX. It means you can say that the vertical component and the horizontal component both lines are the hinge support. But at roller support, there is only one vertical force. So what we have to do here, we have four unknown support reactions over here at joint A and D. You can see. So if we are taking Ax is equals to 0, that is written in the question. So why is it 0? Then I will tell you as well. So first of all, what we have to do, how can we solve it out? We can, for example, if I don't know about the horizontal component, A is 0 here and hint is not given here. So what I have to do, so I want to tell you here, because normally in questions papers or in the papers, hint is not given to you. So what we you have to do, your concept must be clear. So we are moving towards the solution. First of all, I want to tell you one more thing as well. 600 pound is the vertical force, but 800 pound is the inclined force. So what you have to do, that 800 pound should be break into its or resolve into its two components. So there must be one horizontal force and one is the vertical force. So we are moving towards the solution. Nice. And here is the diagram, and I am going to write down. For example, at joint A there is AX, at joint A there must be AY, and joint D DY, because both are the hinge support. So we have two components here, and then we have to resolve the horizontal component or vertical component of 800 pound, because 800 pound will be resolved into its components. So how it will be resolved? So 800 cos 60 degree should be equals to 400 pounds. You have to calculate it. 800 pounds should be multiplied with sine 60 degree, and the answer is coming out to be 692.82 pounds. So I have calculated all these values in the starts, and what I have to do, I am going to solve this numerical. And how can I solve it? Let me tell you. For example, we are moving towards here, and we are going to start and solve it from the joint C. And you can see here that the joint C is very easy. We can easily find out the member forces here. In earlier question in the previous videos, I told you that you have to calculate support reactions first. But in this case, if we don't know the value of AX and AY, so what we have to do, if we are going to sum up the moment at A, then we will get two unknowns there. And if we are going to sum up moment at D, then we will again get two unknowns. So the equation will become complicated, and we will be unable to calculate it. So I want to prove it, that how AX is 0. So first of all, I am moving towards the joint C, and I'm going to solve this analysis of a structure or this truss structure by using joint method. So for example, at joint C, how many member forces or how many forces are acting over here? That there is one inclined force, so there are two components of the inclined force, and there are two member forces, that FCB and FCD. So there is a free body diagram of joint C. So how can I calculate it? There is FCB member force, that is that's direction is towards the negative x-axis. 400 pounds, that is the component of the 800 pound horizontal component of 800 inclined force is 400 pound. We have calculated in the previous slide. Then there is a vertical component of 800 pounds, that is 692.82 pounds. This should be -1. Then there is a one member force, that is FCD, that is vertical, and that is acting on the negative y-axis. So what we have to do, that is FCD. So it should be -1. So if I am going to take a different color of the pointer, so I want to tell you here that this should be negative and this should also be negative. this should also be negative, and this one should be negative. So what we have to do, we have to sum up horizontal forces. If we are going to sum up horizontal forces, so the equation will be minus FCB minus 400. So FBC is coming out to be minus 400 pounds, and this force should be compressive in nature because the value is negative. Then we are going to sum up vertical forces. So FCD is minus and minus 692.82. So we will be able to calculate FCD, and it is also coming out to be the negative value, and it should be compressive force. You can see. So we have calculated the member forces here. So up till now there is no need to calculate the support reactions. But keep in mind, whenever you are going to solve the tussle, if you are going to calculate the joint or member forces first, then still there is a need, you have to calculate the support reactions to balance your structure. So we are moving towards the next slide. We have done joint C and we have calculated two member forces. Now we are moving towards the joint B. At joint B, we have already calculated the member force FBC, so we will be able to calculate the other member forces as well, FBD. So we are going to make a free body diagram at joint B. So joint B, there are a positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. One force is acting downward vertically. It is towards the negative y-axis, that is minus 600 pounds. Then there is FBC. It should be it should be positive one because this is the member force and it is acting exactly on the positive x-axis. So this should be positive. Then there is another member force which is acting directly on the minus y-axis. So it should be minus 1, that is minus FBA. Then another inclined member force, that is FBD, and we have to calculate the angle as well. So the base is 3 feet and the vertical height is 4 feet. So we have to calculate the theta. So tan theta equals to 4 upon 3, and then theta equals to tan inverse 4 upon 3, theta equals to 53.13 degree. So you will be able to calculate theta equals to 53.13 degree. Then we have to resolve the FBD into its components. So how can we resolve FBD into its components? So you can see FBD cos 53.13 degree. This should be positive, but the vertical component should be negative 1. So FBD sine 53.13 degree. Now we are going to do what? We have to sum up horizontal forces first, because we know the value of FBC we have already calculated at joint C. So summation of Fx is equals to 0. I have done for the explanation, so let me erase it. Now you can see we are moving towards another slide. So what we have to do, we are moving towards the joint A. At joint A, what we have to do, we have already calculated FAB. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the support reactions. Now I am going to make the free body diagram at joint A, and how can we calculate it? First, AY, we don't know, we did not calculate it up till now, that is the support reactions. So this is AY, and then there is a vertical member force FAB. We have already calculated at joint B, and then AX. Now we are going to sum up horizontal forces and the vertical forces. How can we sum up? You can see summation of Fx is equals to 0. So AX is equals to 0. So summation of vertical forces is equals to 0. So positive AY plus FAB equals to 0. So AY plus, and we put the value of FAB which we have calculated at joint B. So we put the value of FAB and we will calculate the value of AY equals to 113.33 pounds, and this is the support reaction. And now it is proved that AX is equals to 0. Why is it so? Because there is no another horizontal force lying at joint A, so that's why AX is equals to 0. So you can say that you can provide at joint A, there you can provide the roller support. So we are moving towards the next joint. What we have to do, there is no need to go for another joint because we have already calculated all the member forces here, FAB, FBD, FBC and FCD in. So what we have to do, we have to calculate dy and dx because we did not calculate it. We have calculated ax and ay. If you want to calculate it by calculate dx and dy by the joint method, you can calculate it, but I am going to calculate it with what? I am going to sum up all the vertical forces here. You can see here. So how many vertical forces are here? Ay plus dy minus 800, you can say minus 692.82. Ay plus dy minus 600 minus 692.82. Then I put the value of ay which I have calculated at joint A in the previous slide. So I put the value, then I will get the value of dy. You will get the same value if you are going to solve the value of dx and dy by the joint method using joint D. So you can calculate it yourself for your practice, and if you want to prove it. So we are going to sum up horizontal forces because I want to calculate dx. Ax is already 0, so I am going to make the equation. So how many forces will come when I am going to sum up horizontal forces? Minus dx minus 400 plus ax. Plus ax minus dx minus 400. Ax is already 0, so dx is coming out to be minus 400 pounds. So one more thing I want to tell you, you can see properly how did I calculate it. And if you want to solve and want to calculate dy and dx, because you have already calculated FBD and FBC, so you can calculate the value of dx and dy by using joint method. By for example, you have to make the free body diagram at the joint B and you can solve it. So now I am proceeding to the next slide, and this is the result. So now you can see the result. We have calculated all the support reactions. There were 4 support reactions were there. Ax is coming out to be 0. Ay is 113.327. You can see that I put the magnitude LBS in unit of the magnitude LBS in the top of the column, and dx value is minus 400 and dy is coming out to be 159.493. So we are moving towards the final result, that is the result of the member forces. And we have calculated all the 4 member forces which we have to calculate in the question. FAB, FBC, FCD, FBD. FAB is coming out to be minus 113.327, that is compressive, minus 400 compressive, minus 692.82 compressive, and only one member force is tensile, that is 666.66 pounds. So you can see the result here, and hopefully after these 5 lectures you will be able to calculate all the truss members by using joint method, and it will be really helpful for you in calculating it. And thank you so much. Thanks to listening for me, and hopefully you will understand it and you will able to solve it. That's all for today.